Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with Kepler's law. First of all, everyone should know what do you mean by Kepler or Kepler's law. Kepler's law is based on planetary motion. What do you mean by planetary motion? The motion of planets around the star. We can take the example of our galaxy Milky Way. In Milky Way, you are having sun at the center and all the planets are revolving around the sun. So we say sun is at the center and the planets are revolving around the sun. But when we are talking about the planetary motion, the planetary motion is not a total circular motion. The planets move around in the form of ellipse. Take this example. This is an ellipse. The planets are moving around this and the sun is located here. Everyone should know sun is not at the center. If sun is at the center and planets are revolving around the sun, then what happens? There won't be any season. For having seasons, sometimes the planet should be close to the sun, summer season, and sometimes planets should be away from the sun, what we say, winter season, right? So these are the seasons how the planets are revolving. So what Kepler said, the first law, the orbit of the planet is an ellipse with the sun at one of the foci. So when we are talking about ellipse means egg shape. This is the ellipse. When we talk about ellipse, the sun is at one of the foci. Foci means the center. Foci means center. So we have two centers, 1 and 2. When we draw ellipse, we have two centers, 1 and 2. So when we have two centers, 1 and 2, so what we can say, the sun can be located either at 1 or sun may be located at 2. Right? If we say sun is located at this center, the planets are moving around the sun in this manner. When the planets are close to the sun, we say summer season, and when the planets are away from the sun, we say it's a winter season. And then you have another season like monsoon. Especially monsoon season is a summer season, but for us it is a rainy season, so we don't expect high temperature in monsoon. June, July. What is the Kepler's second law? So what we have said, Kepler has said there are two foci, number 1 and 2. Foci means center. Foci means center. Two centers are there for ellipse. The sun may be located either at center number 1 or sun may be located at center number 2. And the planets are revolving around the sun in the form of ellipse. Kepler's second law. The line joining the planet and the sun sweeps equal areas in equal interval of time. What it says, equal areas in equal interval of time. Let's take the example of this. We have an ellipse. Sun is located at one of the foci. If the planet moves from A to B or C to D or E to F, the time taken by the planet to move from A to B is the same time taken by the planet to move from C to D, is the same from E to F. So what it says that the line joining the planets and the sun sweeps equal areas in equal interval of time. If time is constant, if we say suppose in 10 days the planet moved from A to B, same in 10 days C to D, in the same 10 days E to F, the area, this area or this area or this area, all the three areas are same, equal. Why? Because the Kepler has assumed that and it has already been proven. So area ASB is equal to area CSD is equal to area ESF. This is the Kepler's second law. Then we have Kepler's third law. Kepler's third law says that the square of its period of revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of the mean distance of the planet from the sun. That means let we assume R the average or mean distance of the planet from the sun and T period of revolution. Period of revolution means time taken to revolve around the sun, and R average or mean distance. Why we are talking about average distance? Because here if we take the example, earth is here, sun is here, the distance is very close during summer season, but during winter season the distance is very far. So we cannot take this as a radius, or we cannot take this as a radius. We have to take the mean radius. And what is the formula to take a mean radius? We are not going to study here. We are going to study in 11th and 12th standard. So just learn the formula that this is the average or mean distance of the planet from the sun. So what it says that Square of the time period is directly proportional to cube of the mean radius. But when we take about proportionality, so we remove the proportionality and put the constant k as a constant. So what happened? T square upon r cube is equal to k, that is constant. This is what is the formula says. The square of the time period is directly proportional to cube of the radius. And this 3 Kepler's law, which we have learned today, has become the fundamental or basis for the Newton's law of gravitation, which Newton has derived. So in the next session we will study in detail. I want to tell students that this is the last week of Ramzan which is going on, and as I am fasting and we need to have lot of prayers, so I am very much busy. So it may not be possible for me to upload videos on daily basis, but as the time permit, I will upload the videos. You can go through it, and meanwhile revise all the previous session of geography, then gravity, which I have already given you, as well as symmetry exercise, similarity exercise from 1.1 to 1.4. Go through it. Okay, and if you are having any difficulty, let me know. Thank you.